time, the House wrapped up its 13th vote, ballot number 13, and they, again, did not elect a Speaker of the House. No one got enough votes. Right now, they are all voting on a motion to adjourn. That is it's the motion right now being voted on. Let's get right to CNN's Manu Raju. Manu, we've been doing the math, and it seems like the task will be much easier for Kevin McCarthy to become the Speaker if these two House Republicans, Buck and Hunt, who are absent right now for personal reasons, if they return. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, this is exactly why the House is voting to adjourn right now, to give time for those members to return. I'm told Ken Buck in particular has a flight arriving back into Washington around 9 p.m., and so they plan to come back at 10 p.m. That would give Kevin McCarthy 2 additional votes. Now, that doesn't mean that he will get there. There needs to be, there's already a furious effort underway right now to get the other remaining holdouts, the two most viewed as gettable, Matt Rosendale of Montana and Elijah Crane. He's an incoming Republican member as well. Both of them are being lobbied by the membership, by the top leaders to break ranks. And I'm told that the concerns that they have raised are political. Crane, in particular, is concerned that if he backs McCarthy, this could hurt him in a potential primary bid in the next cycle. Also, I'm told about Rosendale. Mr. McCarthy, do you think you'll have the votes to be elected Speaker tonight?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
And you'll be able to flip Rosendale and Crane?
I'll have the votes.
What were their concerns?
Because I count.
So there you have it. He said yes, he's got the votes to become elected Speaker, if you're still with me here, Jake.
Yep.
He says he has the votes. Tonight he has the votes to be elected Speaker. That is news. He has not been saying that so far. In fact, for some time, Kevin McCarthy has been saying that it's unclear when he would be elected Speaker. There's no time frame. That's what he said last night. That's what he said this morning. But now you have Kevin McCarthy saying that tonight he will have the votes to be elected Speaker of the House. And that would mean that he had to flip some members somehow, some way. Those remaining holdouts, as we're talking about Elijah Crane as well as his incoming freshman, Matt Rosendale of Montana, both of them had expressed concerns about the politics of supporting Kevin McCarthy. Crane concerned about the potential primary impacts he could have in the next election cycle. Rosendale is eyeing a potential Senate run in Montana. He wants to stay to the right of any potential opponent there. One of the Montana potential opponent there, Ryan Zinke, also an incoming member, is supporting McCarthy. So there you get some of the sense of the politics there. But McCarthy doesn't seem too concerned. I just asked him about Rosendale and Crane. As you heard, he didn't really quite say how he's planning to get those members. But there are lots of different scenarios in which he can get there. Some may vote present to lower the voting threshold, and then getting these 2 members back who support McCarthy are essential. But right there, Kevin McCarthy believes that after all these failed ballots, one after the other, this historic Speaker's race, more than 100 years here, that he will finally get the votes to be elected Speaker. After we've seen it's been 100 years since we have multiple ballots in an election, Kevin McCarthy feels he's there tonight.
That's right, Manu Raju. It is huge news and a very lucky Friday the 13th for Kevin McCarthy as of right now. Not just luck, obviously, a lot of wheeling and dealing and negotiating. Right now, Kevin McCarthy is within grasp of the House speakership. He has 214 votes. He only needs to flip 2 rebels of the remaining 6.